Is Wonderland TIME a scam? 0xSifu has been discovered as the CFO of Wonderland, controlling over $800 million. He is a lifetime serial scammer, known behind the Quadrigacx scam as well. We're going to go deeper into it, and you can make your own opinion, but I would suggest running and taking your money if you are invested. Let's get right into it. For checking out the channel. Every day we put out a new video about cryptocurrency education, markets, giveaways, and more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Now let's go to the moon. If you don't know what Wonderland is, it is the DeFi Wonderland. Financial tools to grow your wealth, stake and earn compounding interest. A bunch of bullshit. If you look at their APY, that should have been the first red flag. Take a look at this. 83,000%. And a lot of people stuffed their money into this protocol. Honestly, I didn't use it. I'm not too familiar with it. So let's get right into the juicy stuff. So if you're not following Zach XBT, he has a ton of awesome posts where he's exposing these bad actors. And honestly, you should follow him because you don't want to lose your hard-earned money. So let's get right into 0xSifu. This needs to be shared. 0xSifu is the co-founder of Quadrigacx, Michael Patryn. If you're unfamiliar, that this Canadian exchange that collapsed in 2019 after the founder, Gerald Cotton, disappeared with $169 million. I'm Canadian, large follower of the Quadriga case. I used Quadriga. I know a lot of people who lost a ton of money, their life savings. So Quadriga, we'll touch on that quickly. The cryptocurrency exchange that lost $135 million. I think it was closer to 190, actually to 250 million. And now with the prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum today, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe even $1 billion. Who knows? So the owner went to India, faked his death, disappeared, all the cryptocurrency was gone. It wasn't even in the wallets when they found access to them. It was gone months prior to his death. So let's go deeper into 0xSifu. So prior to Quadriga, Michael helped run an identity theft ring called Shadow Crew, in which he later pled guilty to. While Danny insists it is fine, he puts both his rep on the line, along with, most importantly, all the money people have deposited in the protocols at risk. So Danny from Wonderland, and he has a statement which I'm going to share, which is pretty much just bullshit. I would have never expected this, but cannot sit on it any longer, especially after the events experienced earlier this week with Time. And what's he talking about? Let's go into it. So Wonderland Time sets lows of $420, how ironic, after liquidation cascade. Not funny, honestly. So Wonderland Time token slid to record lows, falling as much as 40% in 24 hours, just under 420. Time has lost 95% of its value from November, from $10,000, becoming one of the worst performing cryptocurrencies in the past 2 months, during a broader decline that saw Bitcoin, Ether, and other major cryptocurrencies reach prices last seen in mid-2021. So if we look at the Time graph right here, pretty ugly. Honestly, just selling, tons of sell pressure, and it's not going to get better, especially with what's been discovered earlier today. So if we go back to this article, you can see that there are theories in crypto circles behind the sell-off included Wonderland developers selling part of their holdings and the unwinding of positions of over-leveraged traders. So liquidations occur when a trader has insufficient funds to keep a leveraged trade open. While these mainly happen just on exchanges, investors are now lending their cryptocurrencies on decentralized financial applications in return for yields. So liquidation is possible when this happens. Liquidations protocols automatically sell holdings if price of staked assets drop below a threshold. This in turn causes prices to fall further, creating a liquidation cascade. And let's keep moving down the thread. So it's confirmed that 0xSifu is the same person as Michael Patryn. As you can see, this person actually tracked his wallet, and you can see he labeled it Michael Patryn 2019, and now he's changed it as xSifu.eth. And that is the NS domain, and that is only doable from the person who owns the private keys, who has access to the address. So it is the same person. And let's go to this thread right here, which shows you this guy's beautiful face. So who is 0xSifu? I've had the unfortunate pleasure of following this criminal for years, a thread on why we need this guy out. Honestly, this guy's stolen a ton of Canadians' life savings. I know my cousin lost a lot of money as well. I know a lot of people who lost money on Quadrigacx. It was the largest Canadian exchange. It onboarded a lot of people, and it left a lot of salty people who will never touch cryptocurrency again because they lost their life savings. Currently affiliated with Wonderland as CFO and the multi-sig of $800 million. His wallet expanded from $45 to $450 million and is currently funneling out the funds now that 0xSifu has been ousted as his real identity. I have that wallet as well. So 2019, 2018 to 19, he was Michael Patryn. Him and now his missing deceased co-founder Gerald Cotton started Quadrigacx, a Canadian cryptocurrency exchange. They basically ran a Ponzi with on-chain evidence showing that Cotton may have traded with user funds. As I mentioned, when they found those wallets, they were gone. The funds is gone. His wife wrote a book, which I recommend. I haven't read it yet, but it sounds interesting how she married the love of his life, of her life, had the craziest life, and then one day he disappeared, and now she's being sued for everything, because users are looking for somebody to extract value out of. They would use the deposits of new users to pay for the withdrawals of old users. Eventually, everyone's withdrawals would be stuck in process for weeks and weeks, and eventually Cotton went on a trip to India. So I'll be honest, in 2017, I started trading crypto, investing in crypto. In 2018, at one point, I had 100% of my funds on Quadrigacx, and then I decided to buy back the dip early. I thought I was a good trader, and then I actually held that crypto all the way until now. So me buying back early, I removed my funds from Quadrigacx, I would have taken a huge loss, and I feel sorry for anybody that did. Mysteriously, and I've learned, I don't leave any cryptocurrency on exchanges now. I leave a little bit that I trade, but anything else is on a hardware wallet, and I highly recommend it. Mysteriously, Cotton died on his trip to Kron's. Many believe the death was faked, with weird details around the issuance of his death certificates, wife reaction. Many don't buy that he died. Also, where he died was known for fake deaths. They would literally sell death certificates for dollars there. Many Canadians lost their life savings, some 6 figures worth or more. The courts tried to reclaim what they could, but most of the money was gone or missing. I don't think anybody's been paid yet. 0xSifu still seemed to get away. Him and his wife ended up with majority of the assets. His co-founder Cotton was gone, and him $170 million. Canadians left helpless, but 0xSifu laughing all the way to the bank. Before that, in 2005, he was running an identity theft ring, literally part of an online criminal mafia that was committing credit card fraud, theft, ID theft, and other Ponzi schemes, which I have the link to, so we'll actually check that out. They called it shadowcrew.com, and Omar was arrested as part of 6 others in the US. He did time for this stunt, but soon after went to Canada and changed his name. That's when he changed his name from Omar to Michael. This is around the time where he made a mistake and registered various companies under his new moniker Michael Patryn, but did so alongside his relative Nazim Danini. It didn't take long after that to journalists to connect the dots. Classy guy Omar Danini uses the alias Faller, French for thief, during his time with Shadow Crew. In between all of this, he still had time to be a part of processing anonymous purchases of earliest digital currencies. So this guy's like a serial scammer. Anything he's involved with, he's just trying to take all the money and run. It's not the crypto we know today. This was full of money laundering, child porn, criminal activities, but of course, Omar didn't care. He's just there collecting the payments and making his quick buck. This guy's a nasty dude. He also ran another Ponzi called Midas Gold, basically took people's money and didn't give it back. That guy's been around since 2002, before most of you were even here. I've seen him post in forums, and I know the vile acts he's capable of. These are just things he's been caught for. I always wonder where this piece of trash went next. Glad we found him. Gives our entire industry a terrible rep and has destroyed people's financial well-being. To know he made off with $450 million breaks my heart. Update, he has been removed. So let's go to, where is this guy right here? babyface right here. He's grown a lot older, but he has not changed. So while the nanny was known as Patryn, refused to comment on his matter, Bloomberg claims to have obtained records that confirm this man's criminal past and his changing of names twice. In 2003 and 2008, Patryn co-founded troubled Canadian exchange Quadrigacx, which was a huge exit scam. He allegedly changed his name from Omar to Omar Patryn with the British Columbia government in March 2003. This guy's been probably scamming way before 2000 in the early or the late 1990s. Literally, maybe before I was even born, this guy's been scamming. In the US, the nanny had been charged with several crimes, including pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit credit card bank fraud in 2005. Bloomberg noted, quoting a statement from the US Justice Department, he was 22 years old at the time. The nanny allegedly operated a website called shadowcrew.com, now defunct, peddling 1.5 million stolen credit card and bank card numbers, claims the article. Holy. In 2007, he confesses to numerous unrelated crimes that include burglary, grand larceny, and computer fraud. He served 18 months in prison for some of his criminal cases and was later deported to Canada, where he reinvented himself, becoming involved with cryptocurrencies. Patryn, now based in Vietnam, describes himself as a fintech advisor and portfolio manager. Where you'll never see your money again, and been serving as a founder and chairman of Canadian blockchain incubator ventures group FVG. So this guy is just a serial scammer. Honestly, anybody with any investments in time, I would definitely get out or sell your coins at a loss right now and just call it a loss. Honestly, it's only going to go to shits in my opinion. So this links the owner of Quadrigacx and Patryn all the way back since 2013. If you guys are interested in this guy's, crimes, of his history, of everything that he's done, you guys can search it. It's well documented online. This guy's been scamming for his whole life, and it doesn't look like he's stopped. He's just honestly killed the reputation of Wonderland in time, and I don't think it's going to survive. So that's the chart again. I just want to take a look at Daniel's statement of the last Wonderland developments, and this is just bullshit. So he says, to summarize what has happened, word came out that XSifu, who has been running the Wonderland treasury previously, was a co-founder of Quadrigacx, has had other occurrences in the past. I found out about this 1 month ago. I am the opinion of giving second chances. I have mentioned on Twitter, I've seen the community very divided about my choice of maintaining him as a treasury manager after finding out who he was in his past. Regardless, what has happened has happened. Now, having taken some time to reflect, I've decided that he needs to step down till a vote for his confirmation is in place. Wonderland has the say to who manages its treasury, not me or the rest of the Wonderland team. So knowing all of that, in my opinion, he definitely shouldn't have let him on the team. There was, let me see if I can find it quickly, and let's look at these messages. There was some messages from Daniel talking about his reputation. So I came across something rather odd about that, about Dubai, about XSifu, or about XSifu. Oh shit, what's up? Well, he's the Quadrigacx guy. I cannot confirm, but I have thought about this a lot. Dangerous to be working with, sir. Yes, but yeah, it's a problem in the PR at that point. Alex, my partner, told me, how do you manage this if this comes out? I don't have an answer. I can count on single hand on how many people know. We started this together without knowing. It's interesting, I thought he was more careful. I have my ways. So it sounds like Daniel knew the whole time, honestly. And after he knew, he didn't want anybody to find out. I'll probably get some hate from people who are well invested in Wonderland and don't want to see all this evidence. But honestly, this guy's stolen money for his whole life. I don't think it's going to change right now. You can take a look at his wallet. Okay, so this is XSifu's wallet. There's been a lot of transactions previously. You can see he's balling. And take a second to realize how many Canadians and people that he's scammed, they literally lost their life savings. And this is just one of his wallets. He's done a lot of transactions. He's literally making transactions while I'm making this video. And you can see he's kind of just going away at it. I didn't take the time to do any research on the transactions he's done, but he's probably going to move all this around, position himself, change his name again, and then start all over, probably in the cryptocurrency sector, because that's where you can scam tons of people and then get away like he did with Quadrigacx, like he did with Wonderland. So who knows? Stay away from Sifu, from Omar, from Michael, whatever he's going to, rename himself. Unfortunately, this shit happens in crypto. You never want to over leverage yourself. You never want to, bet the farm, because then you can't play the game if you lose everything. A lot of these rug pulls happen. A lot of these nasty guys are here to take your money. So you want to invest and have strategies while investing with risk management, so you're not over leveraging yourself. It's very important, so you don't get scammed, you don't get liquidated, and then you can just choose multiple investments, stronger investments than these high APY shit coins, honestly. So I hope you guys got some value from this. Hopefully none of you guys lost any, crazy amounts of money, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.